You got to make sure you get that crazy pump when you're training, especially if I got to do legs with Dusty.
There's a lot of history to this gym. You'll find all kinds of brands. We try to find the best.
I'm Big Ron Partlow, and this is Mutant on a Mission. Hey Mutant Nation, Big Ron here, and I'm standing with Lance Millet, owner of the Muscle Factory.
Hey guys, welcome to Muscle Factory Gym.
It's great to be here. I know that you were Dusty's home gym, and I can't wait to see the place. He told me all about it. He's told me all about you guys and what you did for him and everyone at this gym. So show me the gym here. What do we got?
We originally kind of picked Elite FTS, Arsenal, and Legend to be the focal points of the gym.
Right on. And when did you actually take this place over?
So the gym originally in 2019, my good friend Jeremy, he opened it. I got the opportunity to kind of work with him, but I was planning to do another gym. He was going to do this gym. And then in the end of 2019, he actually came to me and said, hey, you did such a great job with everything, and maybe you should own this gym. And so I took it over the December of 2019, and been going strong ever since.
Oh, and look at how you've grown now.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard a lot about how you brought a lot of equipment in and replaced a lot of stuff, and you're constantly upgrading the gym. And I've heard you've blown some walls out and got the place bigger.
That's true.
But let's have a look at some key pieces that you want to show me.
Bilateral, Elite FTS. Those guys make great equipment.
Yeah.
A little bit more power lifting oriented.
Oh, yeah.
This piece, this was personally requested by Dusty Henshaw. A lot of the pendulums that just appeared from gyms. So he kind of like, he talked me into bringing it back.
You said earlier that something that you got from watching the show was how the importance of a leg room.
Oh yeah.
And so, you know, I'm really happy to hear that from you and see all the great equipment that you've got. And you just got a couple of new pieces too, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Show me what you got that's new.
This is the Pendulum Squat Pro XT, so it has the extra horns on top.
Right.
But I ruptured 2 of my discs on my back, and I can't really do squats anymore. But I find this machine's absolutely flawless for that.
Yeah.
Big fan. A little bit of a learning curve, but once they got it, they loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
More Atlantis. Again, this piece was the piece that was over at Maximum Fitness. This was my favorite chest piece I think ever made.
One of the things about plate-loaded Atlantis presses that I love so much is that the adjustment point is above the weight.
Oh yeah.
So you don't have to take weights off to move that, to pull the pin and move the handle.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of, stuff where the plates would be up top and you'd actually have to have someone lift it to change the adjustment. So Atlantis they've made so many great things. We've got a bunch of stuff in our gym too, so you can't go wrong.
So this giant bad boy was actually one of our recent acquisitions.
This is a monster.
Yeah, it is. So isolateral capability. Got a pendulum motion to the leg press. Great for actually isolating the legs. One of the things I always tell all my members when they sign up is like, you'll find all kinds of brands. I am very agnostic, so there's not one brand. I think even Atlantis, as much as I love them, I could critique a couple pieces, but they try to find what I think's the best biomechanical piece. So I love that one by Atlantis.
Oh, so this has the Nautilus tag.
Yeah.
So this funny. This is a great piece. So the funny thing about this piece is this is actually an old school Flex Fitness design, and it feels the same. Like it feels great. And of course, Flex got bought by Star Trek, and then they made it for a while. And then they bought Nautilus, and they just put the Nautilus tag on it.
There's a lot of history to this gym, because this gym, I first trained here in 1995. It was called Beauvais.
Oh, so there's been a gym in this room that long.
And it stopped right here at this was the women's locker room.
So this is a great use to this room.
We ended up putting the rest of our plate loaded. We transitioned to a lot of our selectorized. This is kind of unofficially the glute room.
You got all the adductors and some deadlifting stuff, and
Got some, they got the glute coaster, which was kind of a risk take. Wanted to try it out. So we took a risk on this. I never tried one, but I saw one in a video that was at a World Gym. So I thought, you know, we were trying to build out the glute department. So we gave it, it's kind of like what you see the guys and girls doing on the assisted pull-up, where they're using the rack pad and kicking it down, but designed for it.
yeah, so there's more stability. They're bracing better, that sort of stuff.
I like.
I see. Oh, here we go. I'll kill myself getting off. What's your most used hip thrust?
We brought this in, very popular, but at the end of the day, the turf, pad, a bench, and a bar.
The barbell is probably the most used. Yeah.
Then we transitioned from here into a little bit more legs, and then everything else back here, selectorized equipment, and then our cables. A couple really cool pieces. The
Paramount made a lot of really cool pieces, like that original pendulum, and they had a bunch of kind of circular motion stuff, like they had a pec fly, and they had some cool stuff.
We actually have the rotary chest in storage. I just got to do a little bit of work to get it fixed. One of the pins broke. Hard to find sometimes the replacement pieces. But you're right. I mean, all those pieces like Paramount, Bodymaster, like that was from the days where these companies built it for big guys. You know, and then like in the 90s, they started building it for clubs, and they just lost some of the massiveness, and it went, you know, went in a different direction.
And a lot of the companies that were making the heavy duty equipment, their stuff was heavy, so it cost more to ship, and it was more expensive to make.
And it wasn't what the clubs wanted. There was the sports clubs and the athletic clubs, and it was cool, but they wanted smaller form factors. They didn't need as many plates.
Yeah.
It wasn't about the bodybuilders. They didn't want them there.
Yeah.
So all the bodybuilders kept going back to the gyms, which you mentioned in one of your last episodes at West Coast about how gyms in the last 5 years have exploded, and I agree. Like, gyms are cool now, and I think people finally realize that, you know, there's a place for an athletic club, but, you know, something like this, you can't replicate that with a modern piece of club equipment.
Yeah, you know, the weight stacks aren't as big, you know, and there's a lot of strong people now, like that old stereotype, like, oh, we don't want heavy lifters in here. Like, it's to the point now where, like, there's just a lot of people that are regular people, and they're training hard, and they're strong, and they can use a whole stack.
And it's true. And you know, women in point, like 2014, like they just started to surpass guys. They were everywhere.
Yeah.
And the equipment, they wanted good equipment. They didn't need smaller equipment, lighter equipment. And so that whole idea of like small, light equipment that barely gets used, it's kind of past, you know, a lot of clubs now are trying to catch up. So this piece, you've already showed this at other episodes, but it's the Atlantis lateral. But this specific piece comes from Maximum Fitness, which is up in North Scottsdale. And my friend Ray opened that gym, and I got to work with him for a couple of years before he passed away. Not only is it one of the coolest pieces Atlantis makes, but it's also a piece that it kind of connects me back with, you know, the people that I love in the gym industry aren't with us anymore. So, and there's another piece up front. That one's even more unique because we actually don't even know what brand it is.
I like the stray dog piece. There's the odd stray dog piece.
We got it white, beat up. Everyone loved it. So we brought it in. We re-powder coated it. We fixed the bearings on it. Nothing else we really had to do, but we still didn't know what brand.
It's funny when you run into a piece that has no labeling on it, no branding on it. You're wondering, did someone make one of these?
Yeah.
Or did someone make 10 of them? Or was there 100 of them? Like, you just never know, you know? And I've run into some really crazy pieces. That's a good piece. That's got a good feel. It's like, because you're not hanging over the, you know, this is kind of long.
Yeah.
So you're really locked in. So it's just like a super strict go. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know, I'm really glad that I was able to come here. And
well, I'm really glad I had a chance to have you come in and meet you. And like I said, we've been watching your videos since 2014. And my former nutrition store, big screens, you were up there for years.
It's cool, you know, like I don't take the show, like I don't ask people like, oh, do you watch the show? Like I don't make sure they watch the show, you know, I take the show where it happens to go. But it is cool when like the gym owner is like actually seen all the episodes, every single, you know, knows what to expect. So it's you made it real easy for me. So thanks, Lance. Once again, Lance, owner of Muscle Factory in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
Now I've got to train.
Yeah.
And so I brought Dusty with me. Yeah. I put him in my suitcase and I said, if I'm going to Muscle Factory, you got to get on a plane.
I get nervous training with Ron. He's an old man, he's angry. You know how old men are. They got like an old man strength. it look like nothing next thing you get your ass kicked. That's what I'm worried about at the moment.
So I'm gonna hammer out a workup.
All right, on, dude.
Okay? All right, there you go. Let's go.
So here we are. Flying in, quick leg day. We got a lot of new equipment and a lot of old equipment, and I want to use it all.
Dusty forgot how strong he was. So we got the gym pin. Dusty's on his way with the plate. We're gonna get more of a working set out of him. That's what we call an executive decision.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're gonna do a compound, as they say, compound exercise. But we have to think like everyone thinks now. Are we gonna do a compound with or without hip flexion?
Also, are we gonna do reps in reserve? No, I'm not smart enough for that. We just go until you can't. It's the dumbest shit.
I'm just gonna train as hard as I can because I don't really know how to do other things.
Into the bag. You want to see what's in Dusty's sack? Bag, gun, sleeves. No true gym bag is complete without a Cardillo weight belt.
My favorite things about Arizona is I can just walk around with my gun wherever I want. Right, Dusty?
I'm a safety guy.
I like being with Dusty because I feel safer. He always has stuff like this around.
One more, I'm with you. Let's go, let's get it. Good. Nice.
That felt good. That was tough. It's heavy in the bottom. It kind of drops in on you.
I like they've been using new shit because every plate, you have no idea how much heavier it's gonna be. Things you've used many times, you can be like, I'm good for 2 more plates. And I felt like 5 plates wasn't too bad. And on any other thing, you'd be like, well, then just go to 7. Here, 7 might bury you because I've never done it. So we go to 6. You just need 30 of those sets?
Yeah.
That's it. Quick 30 will be.
Quick 30.
Flight leaves at 11 p.m. I gotta hurry up so I can make it.
Basically, the pin at the bottom here, that'll get lighter at the bottom and it'll load into the squat. So sort of like a pendulum squat, it gets heavier at the top. The pin on the top over here, this one will get heavier into the bottom of the squat and then get lighter as you stand up. And then this third pin at the back is going to be sort of true weight. It's back as far as you are, even a little bit farther behind you, so it'll be heavy. And it'll just go where you go and pretty much stay on top of you the whole time. So there's not a lot of curve on it. So it'd be kind of like the hardest one, and that's what we're going to use.
Come on, let's go. Okay. Back to place. Come on. Yep, that's it. Yeah. Come on, come on. That's it. Come on. God. God. Come on, come on. God. All right, here we go. Up. Right, I'm with you. Come on, come on. Push through, push through. One more. Go get it, go get it. And good, right.
You got to get deep in the hole. Deep in the hole.
One thing I would do different if we were getting real heavy here is I would do one leg and then Ron would do one and I'd come back, because you're still winded for your first 15 and going right to the other. And some of us are fat and we really like takeout, so it's not a good idea. Ron, he just do both.
I see a little 20-second breather, collect myself, go again.
I'm more of like a tag team guy. It's like a threesome. It's like, hi, you're in, and then I do take a break. And then we don't have to Eiffel Tower the whole time. It's fucking ridiculous.
Big. Now we work. Let's go. 16. Come on. 17. I'm with you. 18. Come on. 19. I'm not touching. Come on. 20. 3 more. 3. 2. Get it. 5. Right.
So Mutant Nation, that's a wrap for another episode of Mutant on a Mission at Muscle Factory. Dusty Hanshaw, thanks for coming down and training with me, you know.
It was awesome. Awesome to come back to my home gym away from home now.
Yeah.
And finally get to show off to the Mutant Nation, the gym I've been bragging about for years.
Yeah. How many episodes have you been in now?
This is 4 maybe? 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Hasn't kicked me out yet. Thank you guys for all lying and telling them they're still good when I'm here.
Yeah.
So I still have a job.
And I want to thank Dusty for helping me out, especially on episode 1 of season 8, the West Coast Iron episode. He was the guest host. If you guys haven't seen that, check it out. Season 8, here we go. We're rolling. Thanks, Dusty Hanshaw, Muscle Factory Gym. Thanks to Lance and his crew here. They were all incredible. All the members were really great. I'm Big Ron Partlow, and I'm out.